Hi, today we're going to talk about the idea of courtesy as seen in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. And we're going to try to tie all the story together based on this concept of courtesy. If you look in your textbook on page 1614, there's a quote. The editors of our textbook quote D.S. Brewer in an essay called Courtesy and the Gawain Poet. And I want to read this to you to give us sort of a foundation for where we begin. The way courtesy is understood in this culture is very different from the way we understand courtesy today. Brewer says this. Brewer says that courtesy refers to not only moral virtues such as self-control, bravery, and cleanliness, although those are certainly included, but also to such matters as physical beauty, eloquence, politeness, and wit. For the Gawain poet, such qualities are not natural, no matter how gentle one's birth, but the result of education. And Gawain at one point is tellingly referred to as nurture's fine father. So courtesy, as we see it here in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, is equated with the concept of civilization. So courtesy equals civilization. We know from reading this text that the old lady in the castle was Morgan Le Fay, King Arthur's half-sister. And King Arthur's half-sister actually manipulated this whole story in order to test King Arthur and his court. So here's what we see when the Green Knight first appears. We find King Arthur and his court at feast, and what we find is at lines 39 through 49. We see that King Arthur and his court held high revels, carefree and mirthful. Now much of the company, knightly born gentlemen, joyously joust. Now came to court to make carols, so kept they the full 15 days of this fashion of feasting. So for 15 days, these people are partying. They're eating, they're drinking, they're having a great time. It says, all meat, all myrrh, that a man might devise. Glorious to hear was the glad-hearted gaiety, dancing at night, merry din in the daytime, so found in the courts and the chambers of the fortunate lords and ladies the delights they best loved. So here we find these people in King Arthur's court partying for 15 days. Lines 126 through 129 further show this. It says, each to his best loved fare or food, helps, nothing loath, so nothing lacking. Whatever your heart desired, whatever gluttony you wanted to pursue, don't hold back. Let's go ahead and eat. It says, each 12 dishes share, good beer and bright wine both. So they're drinking, they're having this merriment for 15 days. Into this comes the Green Knight. Now, why is it said that Morgan Le Fay was testing the courtesy of the court, testing the court to see if they were civilized? Well, if you look at lines toward the end of the text, lines 2456 through 2462, we find the Green Knight explaining himself. We find out that Morgan Le Fay manipulated this whole thing. And the Green Knight says this, I was sent in this way to your splendid hall to make a trial of your pride and to see if the people's tales were true of the table's great glory. This wonder she sent to unsettle your wits and to daunt the queen as to cause her to die from fear at the sight of the phantom speaker, holding his head in his hand at the high table. So what the Green Knight did essentially was to test the pride, to test the court of King Arthur's, and to make a trial of the pride and see if the people's tales were true of the table's great glory, to see if King Arthur's court was indeed a great civilization and if they did truly have great courtesy.